Hi, and welcome back to part 4 of our knowledge management mini-series. In this video, we're going to explore knowledge exchange and retention, also known as knowledge harvesting or knowledge conversation, a practical, structured way to capture valuable know-how from people before it's lost. Whether someone is leaving a role, moving between teams, or finishing a project, knowledge exchange helps ensure that what they've learned continues to benefit the organisation. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand what knowledge exchange is and why it matters, recognise when it should be used, see how it fits within our 7-step improvement process, follow a step-by-step guide to planning, conducting and sharing a knowledge exchange, applying tips and good practice to make your exchanges meaningful and effective, and finally, we'll walk through a practical real-life example set up in a healthcare context. So what do we mean by knowledge exchange and retention? Knowledge exchange is a structured conversation designed to capture someone's experience, insights, and practical know-how, especially when the knowledge is at risk of being lost. It focuses on the following: what the person knows, how they do their work, what they've learned through experience, the pitfalls, shortcuts, and tacit knowledge that aren't written down anywhere, and which key contacts are essential to their role. Unlike a handover, which is task-focused, a knowledge exchange digs deeper into why things are done a certain way and what makes the work succeed. It helps teams retain expertise, avoid repeating mistakes, and build organisational memory. Knowledge exchange is especially powerful at a few key points in the 7-step improvement process. Moments where practical experience, tacit knowledge, and contextual insights make the biggest difference. It is most useful in step 1, bringing the right knowledge into the team. A knowledge exchange helps the team quickly understand who knows what and transfer essential experience when someone joins, leaves, or changes roles. This supports teams by ensuring not just the right people are present, but their critical know-how is captured and shared. In step 5, in changing ideas, a knowledge exchange brings in insights from someone who has been there before, giving teams a richer pool of ideas, practical alternatives, and tried and tested approaches. This accelerates creativity and reduces the risk of repeating mistakes. And finally, in step 7, spreading the learning. This is where a knowledge exchange shines. Capturing and storing key insights and making these accessible ensures that the learning is not lost when staff move on and can essentially be reused by other wards or teams facing similar challenges. In summary, knowledge exchange is most effective when you're building your team, trying to deepen the understanding of the problem, developing strong change and ideas, or preparing to spread your learning. At these stages, it ensures experience is captured, shared, and used to strengthen improvement work across the organisation. So, how to run a knowledge exchange, a step-by-step guide. Step 1. Identify the most useful time to hold a knowledge exchange and retention meeting. This could be when someone is leaving, retiring, rotating roles, or finishing a major project. This can also be used when onboarding new staff members and at appraisals. For instance, in the library team, when we have our yearly appraisals, we also sit down and do a knowledge exchange, making sure that we're capturing the key knowledge, key contacts, and making sure that the team is aware of any of that information. Step 2. Plan the session. This is where you'll decide who should be involved, what topics need exploring, how the session is going to be recorded, documented, or both, what outputs you will need. This could be work maps, tips, a contact map, a written summary. In this, you'll also want to include where the knowledge asset will be held and who will have access to it. Step 3. This is where you'll prepare your questions. Useful categories include key responsibilities and how they approach them, critical relationships and who to contact for what, common challenges and how to navigate them, tips, shortcuts, and things I'd wish I'd known earlier, lessons learned from recent projects, risk, pitfalls and how to avoid them, and probably the most important, a list of the top 10 things that are essential to know in order to do your job. Step 4. This is where you will conduct the conversation. Make sure that you create a psychologically safe space. You'll want to encourage storytelling, relatable examples, and practical insights. You could use prompts like, talk me through how you handle this step in practice. What does a typical day look like for you? What do people often misunderstand about this part of the job? Or what would you make sure your successor knows from day one? In step 5, you'll want to capture and organise the knowledge. This might include a written summary, a workflow or process map, FAQs or troubleshooting guides, a short video or audio recording, links to documents, templates or evidence. These could be important documents such as a contact list or a day-by-day guide of your role, and make sure that they are accessible and easily found by other team members. Step 6, store and share the knowledge. You want to upload it to an accessible location for all of those who need it. This could be a team or wards channel, a projects folder, or for instance the library repository via your NHS Somerset Knowledge and Library Service team. That's us. Step 7, embed the knowledge. You want to share it with the incoming post holder, managers, the wider team, and anyone else who'll benefit from the insights. This ensures the knowledge doesn't just sit on a shelf, it's used. Make sure to refresh the knowledge annually so that it stays up to date and current. Now we'll talk about some tips and tricks for effective knowledge exchange and retention. You'll want to hold the sessions regularly so that they become part of business as usual in your team. Conduct them well in advance, don't wait until someone's last day. Focus on the tacit knowledge. These are the how I really get this done insights that aren't written down anywhere. Use open questions. These can encourage storytelling and deeper reflection. Record the session if appropriate. This is great for later reference. Prioritize relevance. Capture what is useful, not everything ever done. Review and refine. You want to ask any outgoing staff members to check the final document and share it widely. Knowledge is most valuable when it is reused. So now let's talk about our example scenario. Knowledge exchange in practice. We're once again going to return to the falls prevention initiative on the elderly care ward. This project has now been running for several months, supported by a highly experienced head falls champion. She is now leaving the trust, and the team want to ensure her knowledge is captured before she goes. We'll want to set the scene. The ward manager, patient safety lead, a staff nurse, and the outgoing falls champion arrange a knowledge exchange session. Its purpose? To learn from her experience, understand what made the project successful, and avoid losing critical know-how. During the conversation, she shares key knowledge. How she built engagement. She found that short conversations during handovers worked better than formal meetings. Key relationships that were developed. The physiotherapy team was crucial for early assessments. Any common pitfalls. Documentation often slipped through during night shifts, so she explained how she created a simple prompt to help. High impact actions. These were things like the bedside signage and rotating falls champions were the biggest drivers of improvement. Anything she would do differently. She suggests introducing refresher micro training much earlier into the project. And risks to watch out for. These are things like staff turnover, inconsistent communication, and losing momentum without regular check-ins. She also shares practical tips. Who to contact for extra equipment, how to interpret key metrics, how to manage resistance from busy staff, and where helpful resources are stored and why they're organised that way. The output of this knowledge exchange and retention is the following. The team created a written summary, a simple process map for the falls prevention workflow, a troubleshooting guide for common issues, and a short recorded segment explaining her 3 most important insights. This knowledge pack is uploaded to the ward's team channel under Falls Prevention Project. It's also sent to the NHS library team who added it to their local repository so other wards and services can benefit. The impact of this is that when the new head falls champion starts, she has a clear, practical guide that accelerates her confidence and supports continuity in the improvement project. The project doesn't lose momentum, the team avoids repeating old mistakes, and the organisation retains valuable expertise. There we go. Thank you very much for watching our video, and we look forward to the next one.